like, here's how I look at purpose, and I always have. And so I'm in financial services. I was a Wall Street executive, right? I mean, that's not sexy. I mean, it looks like on TV and stock markets and all that kind of fun stuff, but the day-to-day work is not exciting in many cases. And so I always like, and I never really felt like this massive purpose for myself. Like there are
Mhm.
people out there that are compelled to save the world, and I am so thankful for them. I'm just not one of them. Right.
Mhm.
And so I was like, what do I do? Like, how do I really line up and get excited? And for me, I found at least one of three things had to be present. So I needed to either be passionate about the work. Like, is the impact that we're making significant enough? Does it make a big deal?
Mhm.
If the work was not good enough, then I need to be passionate about my people. And do I
Mhm.
love the people that I'm working with? And do I love the team and all that kind of fun stuff?
Mhm.
And if that didn't exist, then the last thing was I need to be passionate about my growth.
Mhm.
And if I wasn't personally growing and developing and all that kind of fun stuff, then it was time to pull the cord and do
Yeah.
something very, very different.
Yeah. And I think what you're describing too is going through the personal exploration and doing the work to find out what it is for you. Because I can remember, I don't know where I got this comparison, but you could be a barista and show up and say, well, I make coffee. Or you can be the barista who shows up and says, I make everybody smile first thing in the morning by giving them their coffee.
Yeah.
And such a difference in what you're doing and the purpose of it. But I do think you have to kind of be through that apathetic haze so that you're not in that deep resignation and you can see some optimism, some ambition for yourself. But I got to think with the mass exodus we've seen of women at the sea level and not even getting in there, that there's a point where you just go, yeah, it's just not worth it.
And in many cases, it's not.
Hmm.
Right? I mean, we're supposed to do this and we're supposed to want this. And, I think COVID was a good reset for a lot of us in terms of recalibrating
Yeah.
on where we really find our joy and where we find our purpose and our meaning in terms of our sense of self. And there's so many options out there
Hmm.
that, playing the corporate game and just taking that one rung after the next, oftentimes is not the right answer for men or women.
Hmm.
And I think companies who understand that and organizations who create a more adaptive environment will have the best talent and thrive. And so I
Hmm.
see a lot of people moving into middle market sectors. I see
Yeah.
a lot of people saying, I'm not doing this whole big thing anymore. I'm done with politics, with the silliness, with all that stuff. And I'm going to take my skills that I've learned and be able to play bigger and have a bigger impact at a medium sized organization.